Ani, bonsoir, good evening, and welcome to our regular council meeting. I'd like to begin the meeting by acknowledging that we are in the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe people in the Robinson-Huron Treaty Area and wish to recognize the neighboring community of Dokis First Nation. While we meet today, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge the importance of the lands which we each call home. We do this to reaffirm our commitment and responsibility in improving relationships between nations and to improving our own understanding of local Indigenous peoples and their cultures. From coast to coast, we acknowledge the ancestral and unceded territory of all the Inuit, Métis, and First Nations people that call this land home. And with this, we need a resolution to adopt the agenda. Dean and Renee, and we have additions to the agenda.
Yes, we do.
Madam Clerk
So Dean and Renee.
and Renee.
So we received two additions to the agenda so that the agenda be adopted as amended to add the following items. So 7.1, a request for letter of support in relation to Northern Highways 11 and 17 Safety Act, correspondence received from John Bantoff. Item number 7.2, requests for letter of support in relation to proposed English Child Care Center in Sudbury East, received from OCOF, Our Children, Our Future.
Thank you. All those in favor of the amended agenda? Thank you. Any disclosure of pecuniary interests? Seeing none, there are no delegations tonight. So we'll go into the reports. 6.1.1, resolution to adopt the bylaw to amend the fees and related charges bylaw. So Mel, you'll take that one.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. At the last council meeting, the chief billing official presented amendments to the travel trailer licensing bylaw and recommended a annual licensing fee for the new for the additional license type, which is vacant land preparation license. She had proposed an amount of $400, which was the same rate as an annual license. And so municipal fees and charges are meant to assist in covering all or portion of the cost of delivering that specific service or program. And staff feels that the $400 is fair. It's the same amount of work that would be involved in issuing an annual license for the other type of license, the same amount of administrative processes for the application, the review, the preparation of the license, the on-site inspections. And for this particular license, the property owner would be required to enter into an agreement. So this cost also includes the administrative time to process that agreement. So we are recommending that this type of fee is $400 as well. So this fee, so all our fees are regulated through the fees and related charges bylaw.
Thank you. Any questions? Then I need a mover and a seconder. Roger and Bob.
It is moved and seconded. Be it resolved that bylaw 2025-30 being a bylaw to amend bylaw 2024-45, a bylaw to set fees and related charges set out by the municipality of French River. So we are amending Schedule H, which is travel trailer licensing fees. Be read at first, second, and third time and finally passed.
Thank you. All those in favor? Thank you. We'll move on to Public Works and Environmental Services. So we have a resolution to award the contract for roads rehabilitation. And Martin, you'll speak to it.
Good evening, everyone. Yes, so we received a couple bids for our roads tender this year. This year we had 4 roads that needed to be done. Green Bay Road, Heritage River Road, Montégarin, and Plouffe Road. This year I decided to do something a little bit different, whereas traditionally I would have everything contracted out. This year we ended up going with a contracted service for excavator work, so primarily ditching and culvert replacements. where Public Works will be doing most of the hauling, if not all of it. And doing that, we're looking at saving roughly like $15 to $20 a ton in gravel material. So almost half. We can get almost double the material on the road with the same amount of money. So in terms, there are three bidders this year. B. Thomas Bulldozing, French River Contracting, and D. Rock Paving. And as in the past, what we usually do is we bid, allow everybody to bid on individual roads. So we don't award everything as one package, allows everybody to have a better shot, and it could be cheaper for us. So in the breakdown, we have for Green Bay Road, B. Thomas Bulldozing came in with the lowest at 127,200. Heritage River Road, B. Thomas once again at 25,600. For Montéguérin, French River Contracting at $197,477.12. And for Plouffe Road, B. Thomas Bulldozing again at 113,905. In the package, I put down a financial implication, and it shows the breakdown of where the budget is. So what the estimated cost and what we budgeted compared to the bids and compared to the estimated cost of gravel for Public Works. So you'll notice that some of the bids came in way under, but then it's compensated by Public Works for the gravel costs. Some of them came under and some of them came over. But overall, if we go with the lowest bidders for each one of the roads, we should have a balance of about $67,000 left over. So it should be in the black there. So it is my recommendation to award B. Thomas Bulldozing, Green Bay Road, Plouffe Road, and Heritage River Road for a total of $266,705, and to Montéguérin to French River Contracting for the total of $197,477.12.
Thank you. Any questions? Denny?
So I'm okay with you guys, Public Works doing that, the sand and all, the gravel and all that. But how will that affect other projects that Public Works is working on? Will that take your guys away from other things that you normally do on a daily basis? Like, we don't want to be cut short other places, right?
So the last 3 years, we've been renting an excavator to change our own culverts in-house. This year, I decided to change the script and let the contractors do all that. And so we're doing only hauling this year. So all the excavator work is planned into this tender. So we're just hauling gravel all year. So we've already begun some of the hauling for these roads and other projects. So once this excavation work is done, we'll just jump onto that. But it's all in the planned work. So we're not adding more work to our schedule. This is the schedule.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? I need a mover and a seconder. Willie and Dean?
It is moved and seconded, be it resolved that council awards the contract for the rehabilitation of Green Bay Road, Plouffe Road, and Heritage River Road to B. Thomas Bulldozing for the amount of $266,705 plus applicable taxes, and Montéguérin to French River Contracting Limited for the total amount of $197,477.12 plus applicable taxes.
All those in favor? Thank you. We move on to Recreation and Community Services. So you have a resolution to award the contract for the replacement of the arena boiler, and Jason's here to speak to it.
Thank you. Through you, Madam Mayor. Give you a little bit of a background. The boiler in the the boiler in the water here is located at the arena in Noelville. We're due for replacement. The decision to upgrade the facility's boiler and water heaters from oil to propane will be environmentally economical and the operation of more efficient for the municipality. There were only 3 tender submissions were received, and those 3 were Greater City Mechanical, Bernard Rockford Limited, and Patrick Mechanical. The requested tender to replace the existing boiler and water heater was posted on May 26th by Keith Lane Engineering Limited and was closed on June 11th. the financial, the replacement of the arena boilers and water heaters was approved within the 2025 capital budget for the amount of $325,000, including engineering fees. Engineering fees from Keith Lane Engineering Limited was the amount of $28,040 plus HST. The conclusion is recommended that council awards the supply and install of the arena boilers and water heater propane conversions to Greater City Mechanical for the amount of $1,084,568.86. Is there any questions?
Any questions? Bob?
Yes, thank you, Madam Mayor, through you. This work will be done this summer?
That is correct. It will be completed by Family Ball Tournament.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Denny?
The question about family ball tournament and ice being put in, are you gonna give yourself like a little bit of time in between? I find that
There is no
the
time.
ball tournament on the Sunday and then they're rushing to get that ice on the next like day is like, there should be a day or two grace in there for you guys to rest because I think it's just crazy. Last year, well, the last few years, I've been watching the staff go around and it's just, I think you guys should give yourselves that 1 or 2 day break between the turnaround. Just an opinion.
Through you, Madam Mayor. I appreciate that. Thank you. Unfortunately, it's not able to take some time off and do all that stuff. We got to keep going. Now, this year will be a little different. We do have a little bit of a leeway that we're not instantly rushing and everything on that.
Perfect. All righty. Did I get a mover and a seconder? I didn't do that yet, eh? I need a mover and a seconder. Dave and Renee?
It is duly moved and seconded. Be it resolved that council award the supply and installation of the arena boiler and water heater propane conversion to Greater City Mechanical for the amount of $184,568.86 plus applicable taxes.
Thank you. All those in favor? Thank you. There's no report for emergency and protection services or building planning and development. And let's go through 7.1. So before you, you have a letter that came in just at the last minute from John Van Doff, the MPP, for Temiskaming Cochrane, even though it takes in all of Noelville. And he's asking for council support and a resolution to push the government for ameliorations for Highway 11 and 17. And some of the specific ones include, mandating the scale and inspection stations operate at least 12 hours daily, and on he went. And I think that's an absolute thing that we can support, because there's been many, many tragedies on those two highways, as well as other highways, but certainly on those highways. So I believe that, Madam Clerk, you have a resolution for us. Okay. I'll need a mover and a seconder. Willie and Roger.
It is moved and seconded, whereas MPP John Vantoff has introduced a private member's bill, the Northern Highways 11 and 17 Safety Act 2025, which proposes key safety measures for Northern Ontario's major highway corridors. And whereas the legislation includes the following provisions: mandatory minimum 12-hour daily operation of scale and inspection stations, adequate enforcement of the Highway Traffic Act, commercial driver licensing tests administered by ministry certified examiners, and restoring winter highway maintenance oversight to the Ministry of Transportation. Whereas the municipality of French River recognizes the frequent and preventable safety hazards experienced along highways 11 and 17, and acknowledges the urgent need for systemic improvements to protect all road users in the north. Now, therefore, be it resolved that Council for the Municipality of French River formally endorses the Northern Highways 11 and 17 Safety Act 2025 and commends MPP Vantoff and his co-sponsors for advancing this important legislation. And further, that a letter of support be sent to MPP John Vantoff and that the mayor be authorized to sign the letter on behalf of the municipality.
Thank you. All those in favor? Thank you. We move on to 7.2, which is a request for a letter of support for proposed English childcare center in Sudbury East. Just to give you a bit of background, this came to us at the last minute. Just like any other government funding, when they make funds possibly available, they don't give you much time to prepare your proposal. And so we were approached by France Gauthier from Our Children, Our Future to see if the municipality would support an English daycare center here in Noelville. The center would, if approved, and if the funds become available, would house approximately 49 children. There are lists of hundreds, at least 100 for parents to get their kids into daycares. And so it would be amazing to get this group here and to partner with them. Also, Our Children, Our Future, they also work on different programs. For instance, at the food bank, they send one of the staff members every once in a while because they have this program where they provide emergency formula for babies, healthcare for women who have just given birth, if they're breastfeeding, if they need help this way. They also have other programs where you can bring your little ones to, they work out of St. Antoine for a little break to the moms especially, and they have like play dates and all sorts of different activities. In fact, you see them going down the trails here quite often. They also have special projects like cooking classes for kids. They have meal preparation for parents and kids. And so whatever you put together, you get to take home, which for many of them is probably a healthy meal that they don't get. They were also the ones that pushed for the good food truck. Even though it's not supposed to be out of there, somehow it landed there. And as you know, the Good Food Truck is now operating out of Noelville on Thursday mornings, and in Albin on Wednesdays, I think. So I'm very supportive of this endeavor. And if this becomes a reality, that is fantastic. Also, it follows within our strategic plan. Our strategic plan talks about making more room for daycare because we are lacking very much so. And if you look above there again, it talks about the right balance between growth and preservation. And so we fall, by supporting this, we fall within the strategic plan. So anybody have any questions? Not anymore.
Is there a particular location?
They're exploring locations right now. So
Sudbury East, big area.
it'll be in Noelville. They want Noelville
Well,
because Noelville is central for Sudbury. So for people out in Albin, St. Charles, Monetteville, Noelville is central for
that's
parents.
important. I just wanted to be sure.
Yeah.
If we could have it in this area.
Yeah. Yeah. And can you press your?
I said, I agree with you. I brought my little one with me today.
For those who don't see that Roger brought his dad here. Roger's in trouble.
Oh, hey.
He's older than you, Jean. So again, I'm very supportive of this project. If it becomes successful, then kudos for our municipality and for the parents. And a lot of parents don't go to work because affordable childcare is not available. Eventually, it'll be $12 a day. In some places right now, if you have an infant, we were told yesterday, they charge $50 a day per child. And so that becomes, it's not worth going to work at that price. So that's my spiel. If you have any questions, no, then I need a mover and a seconder, Renee and Roger.
Thank you. It is moved and seconded, whereas the organization Our Children, Our Future, Nos Enfants, Notre Avenir, has expressed its intent to develop a purpose-built English childcare center in the Sudbury East region to address the significant and ongoing demand for English language full-day childcare services. And whereas access to high-quality, inclusive early childhood education is a priority for the municipality of French River and is essential for supporting families, workforce participation, and long-term community development. And whereas the proposed project aligns with the municipality's objectives to improve access to essential services for local residents. Now therefore be it resolved that Council for the Municipality of French River supports the initiative by Our Children, Our Future, Nos Enfants, Notre Avenir, to establish an English childcare center in Sudbury East. And further that a formal letter of support be issued to Our Children, Our Future, and that the mayor be authorized to sign the letter on behalf of the municipality.
Thank you. All those in favor? Thank you. All right. Now we move on to the consent agenda. There is one item, Madam Clerk, you wanted to clarify in the consent agenda?
Through you, Madam Mayor. I noticed following the last meeting of June 4th, I realized that I had not added wording to reflect the discussion that council had in relation to the flagpole policy and the direction that staff generally received to develop such a policy to bring for council's consideration. So I added wording to reflect that direction to the minutes. So once they are approved this evening, that wording has been added.
Thank you. So I need a mover and a seconder to adopt the items contained in the consent agenda. Dave and Dean? All those in favor? Thank you. Okay, there are no notices of motion tonight. Announcements. So I will start with Renee.
Wow. I don't have much to say, I think. Just summer's coming. It was exciting to have some beautiful days upon us. Flower baskets have been hung in Novel, and we're working our way to Albin. Hopefully by the end of the weekend, we'll have all the flower beds planted. So we are working on that. Huge thank you to everybody who's been helping out, whether it be cleaning beds or planting flowers and seeds and stuff. It's been a lot of work, so it's thank you to them all. Next weekend there is the powwow, the Dokies powwow on the 28th. Not this weekend coming, the weekend after. So that kind of kicks off the summer for our area. And then, and we all know that the traffic has been a little heavier in town. So, and that's about it.
I don't have much, but I know there's a golf tournament in Manettville this Saturday. I thought you would say that.
Got that.
That's all I got. Thanks for forgetting.
Thank you. Dean?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'm going to deviate just a little bit from talking about issues here and simply say that because I've been making trips daily to the cancer center in Sudbury, that I just felt that it's necessary to say how lucky we are to have that facility as close as it is. I mean, for people in town, it's even better, but an hour's drive to be able to get that, because I talk to people every time I'm there. I'm always waiting somewhere. And I talk to people who are from all over northeastern Ontario, particularly, and they're making long trips. Many are having to stay overnight and so forth. But for us to be able to have access to that and the hospital, but the cancer centers where I'm presently spending my time, and not much longer though, thank goodness. But in any event, I just thought I'd like to say that, and I think we should all be very, very pleased that if you need it, we have it that close by, and it's very good. the cancer center is very good up here. I mean, there's about 6 doctors connected with it that do specialize in all kinds of different kinds of cancers. You can get treatment of all kinds there, and just very, very fortunate. And so I'll leave it at that, but I thought I would just say that because I've, not only am I appreciative, but
Good staff.
Thanks, Dean. Willie?
I have nothing to add. Thank you.
Bob?
Thank you, Madam Mayor, and through you. And it makes me think on what Councillor Dean has just said. We're always trying to get more services, English childcare tonight. But we don't stop and appreciate what we have in our district. And Dean's word makes us think. Today, I was, I think, in the 4 corners of our municipality. It was recycling day. And I don't know if it's just me, I'm seeing more and more and more blue bins all over the place. And thank you to the people that are recycling. Thank you to the people that are thinking and will start recycling, because every time we do this, it's a load of garbage less that goes to our dump. It expands the life cycle of our dump, and we're helping the environment. Yes, it's the Rod and Gun golf tournament on the weekend. It's the John Craig Memorial. Our seniors project had a chance of talking to Ollie today. We're at the 15 mark right now. They're going with a very aggressive marketing plan, hitting Sudbury, Sturgeon through papers and whatnot. She has about 3 people that are calling in, and I've picked up forms here, so it's progressing. Maybe not as fast as we all anticipated, but it's moving along. And work-wise, again, the same words that I've been saying, on budget, ahead of schedule. So that is going very, very well. Just a note from the planning board. Our board have asked our staff to work on, develop a complaint policy for our clients. And we asked staff to reach out to the other 17 planning boards. No one has a complaint policy in the 17 other planning boards. So we almost have one ready. The other boards all want it. Matt has worked, he reached out to our 4-member municipalities and combined the complaint policy. I thought I was going to retire from being a father, but seeing that Francis is here tonight, still looking over the shoulder of his son, I guess we all have a lot of work to be done. And it's really nice to see you here tonight with Roger and boosting him on. Thank you. That's it for me.
Thank you, Mayor. Well, I mentioned it earlier, but I'm going to mention it again because I think it's for me, it's worthwhile. Normally when we call Public Works or Martin, it's to complain. But over the last few weeks, I've received, when people come up to you and they said, we want to talk to you about the roads, I go like this because you think you're going to get hit. But this time it was well done. We've never seen the road so good. Keep up the good work. I mean, Martin hit it perfectly this year. A lot better last year, but we're making progress. So Martin, thank you very much for the roads. My next thing I'm surprised nobody brought it up, was the trash bins in Alvin. Very, very disappointed. And these are my comments, not the rest of the council. So if you have anything to say, you can say it back to me. Last week, I wasn't there myself, but I saw pictures. For the people living, especially in Alvin, very discouraging. It's 99% of the people are good. It takes that 1% to ruin it. And they did a good job at it. You know, and there was a lot of material that was dumped there that shouldn't have been dumped. Yeah, what else can I say? I know my pet peeve is to keep French River clean. And when I see things like that, I'll go as far as saying, if you're responsible, move out of French River, please. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Roger. So I just have a couple of things. You received today a note from Carly. What brought this on, we had a member of one of our residents that contacted us to say somebody came knocking at their door to say that it represented Bell for to install the Bell fiber. Can we have permission to go on your land? And that with so many scams, you know, at least people are reaching out to us to make sure that it's true. And yes, it's very true. Bell and Acon, I think they're called, are going around getting the fibers in. So there is a notice that's going to be that it has been, I think she's already put it on Facebook and all our other social media, advising our residents about the Bell fiber installation at progress and what's to expect. So if you get calls from people saying, you know, is the true Bell is going to be putting the fiber in? Yes, it is true. So that was one thing. Yeah, right. Yes, right. The only other thing is last Friday, the VAA in the municipality held an extremely successful Seniors Day luncheon. It was the best one ever. There were approximately 175 people. Some others are saying closer to 200 who attended the event. And it was nice to see people from Monetteville, Noelville, and Alban come together to celebrate being a senior. We received a lot of good donations. We're truly appreciative. And the three people that were honored were certainly well deserving, and we're quite touched by receiving such an honor. So to the VAA and to the municipality, kudos. And also, especially, they always get that job, our first responders. They're there serving the meals and then cleaning up after with council. And I thought that was really, it's really nice to see the community come together as much as they did. So thank you to all those that made it happen. Sure.
So through all of this, we forgot there's been a lot of graduations going on in the last 2 weeks from our grade 12s that are off to college next year to 4 grade 8 graduations. So congratulations to all our kids for doing so well, and good luck to them in the future and for
Yes.
whatever they decide to do next.
Yes, I've attended two more to go, and they're wonderful. They're just wonderful. I just love attending graduations. So congratulations to all the graduates, and wish them luck too. All right. We do not have a closed session meeting tonight, so I need a resolution to adopt the confirmation bylaw. Willie and Denis? All those in favor? Thank you. And I need a resolution to adjourn. Dave and Dean? All those in favor?